Yes, it was a priest, and he was killed during the service itself, in full view of the congregation, on a quiet Sunday morning when people came to pray, not to watch someone die. And this is me, a private detective from the Silent Detective Bureau, standing still, waiting for a bullet from a hitman who chose to warn me first. He knew exactly who he was aiming at. He knew whose son I was, and in that moment, he made a choice, one that would eventually cost him his own life. And this was my father. He died in the war, but before that, and after that, he was an instructor, a man who trained snipers, men who learned how to breathe, how to wait, how to decide. And in the end, it wasn't luck that kept me alive. It wasn't mercy. It was my father's name that stood between me and death. This is Scar. During the war, he was a captain in the U.S. Army, a sniper, an instructor. He wasn't the one who pulled the trigger first. He was the one who taught how to pull it right. He trained snipers for the infantry. He didn't teach speed. He taught choice. He used to say, if you pull the trigger, you've already decided everything. At the front, he worked more than he fought. He trained soldiers, sent them forward. Some came back, some didn't. And so the war began. He served. He lost friends, lost faces that had been sitting next to him just yesterday. He lost hope, slowly, without hysteria. But he did not lose faith that they would win. He knew the price of a shot. He knew the price of a mistake. And he knew that war is not about heroism. War is about endurance, about doing your job when there is no strength left to believe in anything else. He saw how men break, and he saw how they keep moving forward in silence. He taught them not to die for nothing. He taught them to choose the moment. He taught them to wait. And every time he sent them forward, he understood not everyone would come back. But war never asks if you are ready to lose. It simply takes. He was a veteran, a decorated soldier, a respected citizen. His service was long behind him. People recognized him, shook his hand, thanked him. But war doesn't leave with the uniform. Civilian life turned out to be surprisingly calm, and at the same time, monotonous. It stays in the silence, in the morning coffee, in the habit of watching the room. He lived the right way. No scandals, no excess words. The days looked the same. No danger, no meaning. He was no longer needed as a soldier, and he knew how to be a soldier too well to become anyone else. The world expected him to simply go on living, but he stood still, understanding. For him, the war had ended, but life never really began. He gave himself a promise to pray for his friends and for the men he had served beside. And he kept that promise, year after year, month after month, week after week. He came to the church not seeking forgiveness and not searching for answers. He came out of habit, the habit of someone who survived. A candle, a wooden bench, silence. It went on like this until the day a new priest arrived. From that moment, something shifted. At first, he only watched. Then he began to wait. And finally, he understood. Some faces do not disappear when the uniform comes off. And from that day on, his life was divided into before and after. It was him, a Wehrmacht soldier, a killer, a butcher of soldiers' lives. Not an image, not a memory, alive. It was an echo that flashed before his eyes faster than thought. Faces, screams, smells, everything he had kept locked away for so long. It was a shock, not only to the mind, but to the body. Muscles tightened before he could understand why. His breath faltered. His gaze caught. He didn't take a step, didn't look away. He simply stood there, realizing the war had just walked into the church. He didn't do it himself. The rifle did it for him, an extension of his hands, one he hadn't touched in a long time. The body remembered before the mind. The fingers knew where to rest. The shoulder, how to take the recoil. He didn't think. He didn't choose. He simply understood. Some decisions are not made again. They already live inside. He did it, and he did it more than once. Not for money, not for profit. He was a soldier who outlived his friends and kept living with that. He didn't call himself an executioner, and he didn't call himself a hero. He simply did what he knew how to do best when the world no longer needed his skill. Each shot was not a burst of rage, but a continuation of the war that never truly ended for him. He didn't seek redemption. He didn't wait for forgiveness. He knew one thing. Some people return from war with their bodies, and the war returns with them. And as long as it lives inside him, he will keep shooting. Not because he wants to, but because otherwise, he would simply cease to exist. And yes, there were other jobs, other names, other locations. I was on that list too. On his list. He didn't pull the trigger because of my father's name. That name stood between me and the bullet. I don't justify him, and I don't condemn him. I simply understood this. War doesn't always end with a shot. Sometimes it simply changes address.